Everyone, back to my YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video where we're talking about players linked to the football club in the upcoming transfer window, or windows in this case. And we're talking about a young player again, and Newcastle United are scouring Europe and the globe to find the best young talent. We've already seen some fantastic young players added to the development squad for the future. You know, some of them have obviously come into the first team and played now, like Tino Livramento was a great example of that. But we have been linked to a really exciting winger here, so we're going to get this covered today, run through the old super duper stat computer, and talk a little bit about the player and how we think he would fit into the Newcastle United line. But just before we do, as we always remind you, if you haven't already, click subscribe. We'd love you to come and join us. We're over 6,000 subs, loads of room for you here and evermore. To be 6,000 just after our second year birthday is phenomenal. So thank you so much to everybody who smashed that button. Loads of room for you if you're watching for the first time. Smash the notification bell as well, so you never miss a video where we do one of these or go live. All free content. But if you want to give a little bit back to the channel and help us bring you this great content, there is an option down there for a member option as well, and you get early access to all these videos. So why not click whichever one suits you best? Right, let's get stuck in then. Who am I waffling on about today? I'm talking about a very exciting young winger who reminds me of someone. I sound like Louis Walsh here. Reminds me of somebody else. We're talking about this lad here that is Matias Soulé. He's a young Argentinian winger who is a Juventus player currently, but he is on a loan to Frosinone. I think it's Frosinone. I'm trying to get it right. I've just been looking at the pronunciation there. Frosinone. It's not like the Incredibles. Yes, I think it's Frosinone. It's a Serie A team. He's on loan on them anyway. He's playing some great stuff. You can see there. I think in terms of his actual goals and assists, this season he's got 12 appearances, 6 goals and 1 assist. And a little bit about the player himself. For starters, he's on loan to Frosinone. He can't actually sign for anybody in January, so it's going to have to be the summer if Newcastle pull this deal off. But Newcastle are interested, as are Spurs as well. Apparently had a long-standing interest in the player. But a little bit about him: a very young lad. You can see he's 20 years old, but he's incredibly quick, great control, strong, likes to cut and slide, likes to take a shot on that left foot of his. Reminds me a lot of, here's the Louis Walsh moment, a lot of a young Di Maria. He does. It reminds me a lot of a young Angel Di Maria. And actually, Di Maria was a teammate of his at Juventus shortly before he went back to Benfica. So I'm sure he would have learned a lot from the man himself. But he does possess a lot of similar qualities to Di Maria. And you can get the lad for a really reasonable fee, to be honest with you. So just looking at kind of what the transfer fee for him is Mark's got down at 6.9 million. I think what Juventus are more looking for is, I think, around about the 21 mark. Yeah, so they've set a price tag of 25 million euro, which is 21.5 million quid, which is chump change, really, for a kid who has the potential to be something really, really special. Before we look at his individual stats, he's gone on loan to Frosinone, and he's been fantastic. He's creating, he's scoring, he's running at defenders. He's got such pace. And the close control of the ball, his ability to move the ball foot to foot, dance around players, dislocate the old hips, and take them for a merry old run for a hot dog is very, very exciting. And we've compared it with Miguel Almiron, maybe unfairly in that chart, as you can see there. The chart's obviously heavily weighted in one favour over the other. But in terms of what would Soulé bring as a player, again, it's almost like the Minter Grand Qual situation, but I think because he's doing it in Serie A already, he maybe would be accelerated in the first team. But this move wouldn't happen until the summer. And again, you keep thinking about long-term replacements for Miguel Almiron. I've talked about needing to upgrade on him. Personally, I'd rather have a right-footed player to do that, but a player like Soulé, who's so talented with his left peg, you'd be stupid not to take a nibble at that for 21 million quid. But look at his individual stats there. So goals, he's up in the 94th percentile. This is all based on his kind of his loan spell at Frosinone. He's been fantastic even at Juventus. I think he's got 1 goal and 15 appearances for the short time that he's played for Juventus. I mean, those goals that are in there, I think, are mixed in with the youth academy goals as well. Mark's got on there, so he hasn't scored 37 goals for Juventus first team. He's got about, I think, 1 in 15 appearances for Juventus's first team since he signed there from I think it was Belize over in Argentina, and the youth academy he came over. But he's a very exciting player, and the ceiling is very high for this lad. So you can see there's goals to shot ratio 85%, shot 78%. In terms of the amount of shots he's having per game, he loves to cut and slide and pull the trigger. So he's not a kind of winger Alan Shearer would want to play with, but he's a very exciting modern winger, I think. So that could be something that could work really well for us. In terms of his assists, is quite low. So I think at Frosinone, he's kind of taken it upon himself to maybe cut inside and have a shot himself rather than maybe crossing it for a striker. That's not to say he can't cross it. Maybe the striker for Frosinone isn't quite getting in the spaces that he wants him to. Maybe can't keep up with him with the pace. I don't know. I don't watch Frosinone week in, week out. I'd be lying if I said I did. But that could change if you've got a centre forward who's getting himself in good goal scoring positions. Pass completion is 69. Key passes is up in the 80s. Touches 87. Very good with the ball at his feet. Excellent control, close control, and runs at speed with it attached to the toe. So great for modern day winger. Not a lot of touches in the area, but progressive carries is in the 63 percentile. Successful take-ons is a big one, 98%. You compare that to Miggy Almiron's take-ons is quite low in terms of successful take-ons. Almiron often cuts back and gives it to Trippier on that left because he's too scared to use his right foot. You know, I have seen Soulé use his right foot at least once or twice, which is probably twice more than Miggy Almiron. But this could be a really exciting player. Like I say, it could be part of the development squad, but for 21.5 million quid, it's not a bad shout, to be fair. He's represented Argentina through the youth academy levels of the under-20s, you know, and if he gets himself a big move to a top Premier League team, you know, like us or Spurs, hopefully us, then he might very well push and knock on the door on that Argentinian first team. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below about Matias Soulé. Like I say, it's not a January deal. It'd be a summer deal. I think January is going to be a huge window for the football club. I think we're going to have at least 3 players coming in, possibly more. I don't know where they'll be spending. Permanent signings or loan deals, maybe over in the Saudi market, whatever it is. But this squad is in dire need of fattening out the quality in it. It's too thin. And the quality is extremely thin because bringing on people like Matt Ritchie in 2023 is not right for this football club. If we want to be a top 5-4 football club and push for trophies, get in the Champions League, we can't be bringing people like Matt Ritchie off the bench. I'm sorry. And even people like Miggy Almiron shouldn't be starting games. I don't think Soulé would be starting a game over Miggy Almiron, to be fair, even if we could sign him in January. But I'd like to think that this is the plan for the future. We've got some very exciting young players already in the squad. They're out on loan. Some of them are already in the squad, like say Louis Miley, Tino Livramento, even Lewis Hall if he gets a sniff. You know, I think Tonali's only 23. Botman's only 23 or 24. So we have got a real exciting squad getting built there with the right age that could go on and dominate, hopefully, the Premier League for years to come. But let us know what you guys think about this lad. Would he be a good addition? Would you be excited to see him come in? If there's anybody else you want to recommend, just have a little look at on the Super Duper Stack computer as well. Smash that in the comments. We always like to have a little look at that too. As I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, click subscribe. We'd love you to come and join us. Loads of room for you at Evermore. Like the video. It's all free content. If you do want to give a bit back to the channel, there is an option there as well to click, which is less than £2 a month. So that's a bargain in current day Britain or the world, wherever you're watching this. But have a great Christmas, everybody. We'll be back with some more transfer rumors soon. See you later. Cheers.